I'm Adriel Hepburn, and this is your Adventist News, a service of the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Coming up in the news, youth participate in Public Campus Ministries Congress, ASI to hold evangelistic meetings, Health Expo goes to Acklands. These stories and more on this week's Adventist News. I'm Adriel Hepburn. Thanks for joining us for this week's Adventist News. The Public Campus Ministries Congress for the InterAmerican Division territory was held recently where more than 1,400 Seventh-day Adventist students attended. Many gave their experience of how they share their hope on their non-Adventist communities and campuses. The students from different countries along with church leaders gathered in Panama City with one thing in common, which was their commitment to becoming stronger ambassadors in their communities. Dozens of seminars were offered to enlighten the students on how to use social media to spread the gospel, becoming student literature evangelists, establish centers for influence, and more. A delegation attended from the South Bahamas Conference led by its PCM coordinator, Pastor Jamal Franklin.
From July the 18th to the 22nd, a group of about 15 youth from the South Bahamas Conference representing the Atlantic Caribbean Union traveled to Panama City for the InterAmerican Division Public Campus Ministry Youth Congress held in Panama City. And they did an exceptional job. They represented the churches of Hillview, Centerville, Good News, Message of Hope. And we had some new faces. This was the first time for many of them traveling to represent their country, their conference, and their church. And Stanley Philord from Hillview had the opportunity to do a testimony on live on the opening ceremony platform. And from Grantstown, we also had Dwayne Daly, who represented the union in receiving the PCM pin. So we had a wonderful time. I think our youth have come back energized to realize that their stuff, their ministries, their gifts, their talents they have to be used in order to make the gospel relevant for the times we're in. And number two, the importance of a second language. A number of our students are at UB studying a second language, so I think this motivates them to pay attention in their classes because a second language today makes you competitive for the market tomorrow. So that was the PCM Congress, and thanks to all of our sponsors and church members, treasurers, pastors, and elders that facilitated them being able to attend and represent their church, their country, and their conference.
Stanley Philord, PCM coordinator for the Atlantic Caribbean Union, which oversees the church in the Bahamas, Cayman Islands, and Turks and Caicos, also attended. During the meetings, he gave his testimony of the challenges of being a Seventh-day Adventist Christian in a public university. He spoke of how he had to make a choice to either compromise his Sabbath or to trust God. Philord encouraged the students to always trust God, do their best, and then leave the rest to God, and He will see them through. The students returned to their territories inspired to be bold and stand for God. Recently, an island mission trip went to the beautiful island of Acklands, where a team of health and skilled professionals traveled from Nassau to conduct a health expo. A group of 29 persons with a passion for health, island mission, and evangelism set out to make a difference by spreading the health message as they volunteered their time and talents in service to others. Among the team was a urologist, 2 dentists, a dental hygienist, a nutritionist, massage therapist, exercise instructor, 4 registered nurses, a patient care technician, electrician, carpenter, tiler, contractor, a number of cooks and assistants provided this awesome ministry along with additional local nursing staff headed by Nurse Judy Ducatel. Partnering with Urban Renewal on the island, the group provided eye clinics, health lecture seminars, health screenings for blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, along with cooking classes, natural remedies lectures, and exercise sessions for residents young and old. In addition to the medical aid given, the group made time to assist the local Adventist church in Lovely Bay, which was damaged by recent hurricanes, in much-needed repairs. The Island Medical Missionary Group would like to thank the businesses and individuals who sponsored this outreach project and for allowing God to use them to bless others. The Adventist Laymen and Services Industries chapter for our conference will be hosting evangelistic campaigns in a number of our churches in the South Bahamas during August 10th through 17th, 2019. It will be a time to revive the spirit of service among the members and share Jesus within our neighborhoods. Lay evangelists from various countries within the InterAmerican Division will be the speakers for these meetings. Churches have been placed into districts, and the meetings are set to begin in just 1 week. The ASI evangelistic campaigns will climax as the InterAmerican Division for the first time will host its ASI convention in the Bahamas at the Atlantis Paradise Island on August 21st to 24th, 2019. Guest speaker for the meetings will be Pastor John Bradshaw of the It Is Written television broadcast. At the sessions, delegates will gain a wealth of knowledge to assist them in sharing Jesus in the marketplace. You are encouraged to be a part of these historical events.
People from near and far are coming to the InterAmerican Division ASI 2019 convention. It will be held from August 21st to the 24th on Paradise Island, the Bahamas. Under the theme Reviving the Spirit, this year will be unforgettable with special presenter John Bradshaw from the Christian television production It Is Written. Register now and join us for the InterAmerican Division ASI 2019 convention.
Welcome back to your Adventist News. Here are some of the activities coming up in the South Bahamas Conference. The second finals game of the Adventist Basketball League will be held this Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. at H.D. Colburn Gym. The games continue to be exciting as the Living Faith and the Bethany teams vie for the championship. Come out and enjoy the fellowship. The Adventist Track and Field Olympics 2019 will be held on Sunday, August 4th at 9 a.m. at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Churches are asked to be represented in their colors. A small entrance fee will be required, and you are asked to plan now for the Adventist Youth Awards ceremony, which will be held at the Breezes Hotel on Sunday, December 15th, 2019 at 6 p.m. Tickets are available now at the AVNC. These early bird prices will be available until October 1st, 2019. The event will recognize the contribution of leaders as the Pathfinders celebrate its 70th anniversary. And in our local churches, our youth throughout the South Bahamas have been ministering in grand style, and as we bring July to a close, they continue to be a blessing. Calling all women and girls. The Women's Ministries Retreat for the Atlantic Caribbean Union is fast approaching. The meeting will be held on November 1st through 3rd, 2019 under the theme In Christ. The Turks and Caicos Conference will be hosting this amazing gathering at the beaches Turks and Caicos Resort and Spa in Turks and Caicos. Ladies are encouraged to register by August 31st, 2019. Please note that no registration forms will be accepted after this date, so see your local church leaders now for more information. In conjunction with the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Evangelism Strategic Plan, the Ministerial Department presents ALERT, Advanced Leadership Evangelism and Retention Training. The overall approach to soul winning for our conference was recently launched at a Megha Rally in our nation's capital, and churches were challenged to create a minimum of 4 streams or 4 paths by which we can spread the good news of salvation with others. The Ministerial Department will provide specialized training to show our members how to use a variety of evangelistic methods effectively. Under the theme Reaching Millennials, the Paradigm Shift, guest presenters for the event will be Dr. Jesse Wilson and Enoch Paulison, along with local pastors and laymen from the South and North Bahamas conferences. The date for ALERT is September 13th through 15th, 2019 at the National Training Agency on Gladstone Road. For more information on these events and more, visit our conference website at southbahamasconference.org, where you can view the news as well as other programming, read the weekly logos, or please feel free to call our headquarters at 242-341-4021.
Water is one of the most important natural resources to our human existence. Staying hydrated is crucial for health, both physical, mental, and even spiritual. It is essential for our overall well-being. Yet, many people do not consume enough water each day. Here are some of the many benefits of water. It lubricates the joints. Cartilage found in joints and the disc of the spine contains around 80% of water. Long-term dehydration can reduce the joint's shock-absorbing ability, leading to joint pain. Number 2, it forms saliva and mucus. Saliva helps us to digest our food and keeps our mouth, nose, and eyes moist. This prevents friction and damage. Drinking water also keeps the mouth clean. If consumed instead of sweetened beverages, it can help to reduce tooth decay. Water cushions the brain, spinal cord, and other sensitive tissues. Dehydration can affect brain structure and function. It is also involved in the production of hormones and neurotransmitters. Prolonged dehydration can lead to problems with thinking and reasoning. The digestive system depends on water. The bowel needs water to work properly. Dehydration can lead to digestive problems, constipation, and an overly acidic stomach. This increases the risk of heartburn and stomach ulcers. Water flushes the body. Water is needed in the process of sweating and removal of urine and feces. The airways need water. When dehydrated, airways are restricted by the body in an effort to minimize water loss. This can make asthma and allergies worse. Let us preserve our bodies so that we can live a life that allows us to be a witness for Christ. This has been Javon Thomas with your health tips, courtesy of Adventist Television. And remember, God wants us to prosper and be in good health.
Here's the Adventist News Network for our news feature from around the world.
Thank you so much for joining us this week.
First in the news, the Adventist Development and Relief Agency, or ADRA, has been working in the Democratic Republic of Congo since 1984. In the past 35 years, the ADRA team has responded 10 times to Ebola virus outbreaks in the country.
The most recent epidemic began in August of 2018. According to reports, it is the second largest and the longest lasting outbreak to strike the Congo.
ADRA has been providing support through clean water, sanitation, and teaching hygiene best practices. ADRA has committed to serve the most vulnerable in the population, the women and the children.
Unless the outbreak is contained by August of 2019, the Democratic Republic of the Congo government will have to declare that the epidemic has lasted 1 year since treatment of the first case.
The World Health Organization, an agency of the United Nations concerned with international public health, made the official call that the Ebola disease in the region has become a global health crisis, and additional humanitarian aid is needed to contain the virus.
Yeah, since the outbreak, there have been more than 1,700 confirmed deaths, more than 2,500 people infected, and 17,000 people in question who may have been in contact with the virus.
According to the World Health Organization, vaccinations help minimize the spread or exposure of the disease, but due to ongoing conflict and community resistance, the outbreak has posed a challenge for frontline workers to contain.
In the province of Ituri alone, it's reported that more than 300,000 people have been internally displaced. Families were forced to flee their homes because of conflict, but remain within their country's borders.
This makes it hard for aid workers to track people who are quarantined. There have also been reports of armed rebel forces clashing with local authorities and health units to provide help to those in need.
ADRA has sub-offices in 17 provinces around the country, and it's currently partnering with other humanitarian organizations and local authorities to implement a food for work program to help the communities most affected by the epidemic.
Emergency Response Director for ADRA, Mario Oliveira, says, "Our top priority is to work with community leaders to help us build trust and engage with the communities. We want to bridge any gaps in care so we can offer humanitarian assistance."
To read more about ADRA, about what ADRA is doing in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, please visit news.adventist.org.
This brings us to the end of our Adventist news from the South Bahamas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Please feel free to share what is happening at your church, your news stories, and upcoming events by emailing them to sbc@adventistnews@gmail.com or by calling our media department at 242-341-4021. To view a rebroadcast of the Adventist News along with other programming, please visit the conference website, southbahamasconference.org, our YouTube channel, or Facebook page. On behalf of our production team of Adventist Television Channel 658, have a happy Sabbath, and thank you for watching this week's broadcast. I'm Adriel Hepburn for the SBC Media Network.